Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. I got Frank Woodford here, head men's basketball coach, Benedictine Mesa. We were just talking before we started. You guys didn't, well, I don't know what everybody else. You guys surprised me. And I just told you, when you guys beat Arizona Christian, that's when my light bulb went off. And you guys, would you end up going 26-6? Very, very good year. Just talk about that season and that great race in the GSAC.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Last year was our first year in the GSAC, and we finished dead last. We only had 2 wins in the GSAC, last place finish. And so for us, I think it was really just eye-opening for a lot of ways. And we had already been playing a lot of those GSAC schools in non-conference, but to have to play them in concession like that in conference every single game is a tough GSAC game. That was pretty eye-opening for us last year, and it made us change a lot of how we do things. A lot of our concepts had to change because we had to do different things, and so I think that it helped us, prepared us, and then that's why we were able to have some success this year. It forced us to change and do some things different.
I thought that race, so many races this year were great. I don't know why, but everything seemed really tight. But the top 4 teams in the GSAC were just kind of beating each other up. Embry-Riddle was there. They got within 1 game a whole bunch of times. And folks who don't know, in the GSAC, if you're not in the top 4, your season could very well be over, which is what happened to Embry-Riddle. But it was a great race. And just talk about the race itself and kind of the ebb and flow of the season.
Yeah, and that's, again, what's so tough about the GSAC is only 4 make it, but everyone was beating everybody, especially at the top. And then a lot of times they're just waiting to see, who got knocked off by somebody that was outside of the top 4. Who did Embry get? Who did Ottawa get? Who did Park get? Who did Benedictine get? And so, Life Pacific. Yeah, absolutely. Because they got us. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. And so that's what I think was more fun about the races. It wasn't necessarily watching those top teams. It was waiting for one of those middle teams to see who they were going to beat. Yeah. And then obviously Arizona Christian Hope and the Masters kind of pulled a game or 2 away, but then they also had to play each other. So it was a lot of fun to kind of watch that too.
A guy who's not here, Coach Starr, I got to give him a shout out. The start of the year, they were really struggling. A lot of people wrote him off. And halfway through the year, I started calling him Captain Starr because he guided that ship. He guided that team. He was one of the top. Danny Neville barely got him over in Billings. He almost got here. I thought he did. I thought it was a great coaching job by Coach Starr. Oh,
yeah, they were great. I mean, they've got great guards. They're big. Suarez, he just knows exactly how to play, knows exactly what Coach Starr wants him to do. And then I thought that they were easily the best team in our league in terms of just knowing exactly who they are and what the coach wants.
Suarez can be a little bit of an irritant, can't he?
Oh, man, he can hit shots. He can post up. He gives you 9 shot fakes. I mean, he was so fun. He's the kind of guy every coach wants.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple of your guys. Isaiah Howard really had a great year for you, 15-5. He's only a junior, shot 35% from 3, but he had almost a 2-for-1 assist to turnover ratio. He was really a key guy for you, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, Isaiah was great. He's really our engine in terms of getting us in spots, getting us in the pace that we want to play. And the turnovers were the biggest piece. When we recruited him, we talked about 3-point percentage. We talked about turnovers, and those are the kind of things we really wanted to see a jump in for him from last year, the last couple years. And to his credit, he did a great job buying into what we were asking him to do and really focused on those areas and really turned into a really dynamic point guard.
Yeah, he did a great job for you. Couple of guys that really jumped out at me. Damian Zivak.
Yep.
He shoots. I love a guy who can make a free throw. Anybody who listens to me hears me say it all the time. 90%. 40% from 3.
Yep.
One of the better shooters in the country.
No doubt.
Talk about Damian. But Eric Blackwell as well, 86% and shooting 50% from 3.
Yeah, so Dame's a fifth-year guy. Came, redshirted his first year. We went to the national tournament his redshirt freshman year, so he got a little taste of it. Wasn't able to compete in that, obviously, as a redshirt, but got a piece of it, and then stuck it out. I think his sophomore year, we were 10-18. And he could have transferred. He averaged 10 points a game as a freshman, 10 as a sophomore. Stuck it out. I was a grad student this year. He'll have 2 degrees from Benedictine. It became our all-time leading scorer this year, all-time leader in made threes, all-time leader in games.
Wow.
And I really credit him because Benedictine's not the easiest place to play, small school, limited resources, and he stuck it out 5 years with me. But now he's getting those rewards from sticking out. And then obviously I'm so excited for him as a senior to get an opportunity to play, in the final 16.
Yeah. And then talk a little bit about Blackwell, another guy who can hit a free throw 86%, 50% from three. These guys can shoot the ball.
Eric's been great. We've known about Eric. He's an Arizona guy. We didn't get him out of JUCO.
Yeah.
He went to Menlo College, which is great. Found out he was leaving Menlo, and obviously tried really hard to get him. And we knew the biggest thing with him is we knew he could really defend, move his feet. But yeah, he's just shooting the ball great right now. And the big thing with him is, and what we talked about with him is high percentage shots. Like, he doesn't take any bad shots. He takes no bad. Every single shot he takes is a good shot for him, and that's a huge piece to why his percentages are the way they are. You watch tomorrow. He won't take a single bad shot. It's all just going to be shots that are within his realm and within the offense.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, he's
how
great.
Do you coach that? Good shot, bad shot.
We talk about, especially like someone with Isaiah too, like. We talk a lot about it. It sounds weird, but we tell guys to be selfish with shooting percentages, but not in a bad way. Like, you don't want to be a guy that's shooting 30% or 38%, from the two. And it's like, we need to focus on shooting good shots so your percentages can be high. Yeah. And that was what we talked about with Eric is, hey, halfway through the season when he was shooting 57% from three, we talked about this is why. And we showed him all of his clips on Synergy. You're taking nice, good open shots within the flow of the offense. You can be all conference. And he ended up being an all conference player for us by just taking open shots within the offense. Same with Damian Zivak. Just take open shots within the offense.
Yeah.
It's not complex.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
We talk a lot about your offense, but you've really stopped people this year. You got the gap, like you're shooting 50%, your opponent's shooting 40. From three, it's 39-29, a 10-point gap. You're out rebounding by 3. But mainly, you're getting stops and you get a ton of steals. Talk about your defense. I think that's what's really powering.
No doubt. It's certainly our defense. And that was one piece in going from the bottom of the GSAC to fighting for the playoffs and making a national tournament, is we knew that we had to change some things or do some things better defensively. And I think that the offense is a byproduct of that, because we're getting a few more defensive rebounds, because our defense is good. Then we can get out into our secondary break a little bit better and get some offense. So for us defensively, the biggest thing was, our two biggest things are contesting shots. We contest every single shot. We don't want a single shot anywhere on the floor taken that doesn't have a hand in the face. And then obviously boxing out and rebounding. That's why Isaiah, as a point guard, averages 4 or 5 rebounds. Eric Blackwell's a 6'1" guard, averages 3 or 4 rebounds. But the two biggest pieces for us is contest everything, no matter where it's at, and then box out and rebound. Absolutely crucial.
Let's talk about your trip here. You did not have an easy trip. You had to go out to Nelson, play Southwestern. Southwestern's really good.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to give you a tough time. You got by them with a 3-point game, I think.
Yeah, it was a tie game. We had to hit a shot with 6 seconds to go to take the lead and then hold on for one more shot. Yeah, actually, Southwestern's really good. They shoot it so well. I think they had 3 guys with over 55 made threes on the season.
Yeah, they shoot the leather off the ball.
They have a big kid who's a Division I transfer, which is averaging a double-double. He's a really, really good player, and obviously we're not the biggest team in the country. So the big emphasis for us was ball pressure, and I thought that was a key to the game. Take them out of their offense as much as we possibly could. We hit some free throws down the stretch, and then obviously Malik Payton, who we haven't talked about, who's been great. Malik Payton hit a big shot in the corner to put us up 3, and then we were able to win that game.
Yeah.
Big for us.
And then you had to beat Nelson at Nelson. That is a tall order.
Yeah, they're really, really good.
They're big, too.
They're big, and they play so fast. And even in the second half, when they scored 57 points against us, that's what we talked about as a coaching staff. We held Southwestern to 58 points for the game, and then we held Nelson to 57 points and a half. So it's a little different with basketball being played back-to-back like that. But the big thing for us was to slow down their fast break, which they're so good at. And we thought in the first half we did. In the second half we did, and that's why it was a really tight game at the end. Credit to them that they got back into their game second half.
Yeah. So I apologize. Remind me who you open against here.
We play Faulkner. Yep.
Yeah, that ought to be a pretty interesting matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, they're tough. They have good guards, strong guards. Maybe not like 6'5", 6'6" guards, but they're all strong. They have another really good big, which is similar to what we've seen.
Well
7-foot big, Division II transfer. Yeah, coach has been there a long time and won a lot of games. So that'll be definitely a tough one for us.
Yeah. So, final question I have for you is, like I say, you surprised me. You were last in the GSAC last year. What does it mean to your program and to you to get out here and get to Kansas City?
Yeah, it means everything in terms of, I've been here 9 years now. There's only been 2 years of men's basketball without me at Benedictine, 11 years of men's basketball. And, we made 2 national tournaments a couple of years ago, and that was a really big deal. We were able to win a first-round game, and that was a really big deal. And so we talked about, as a program, the next steps would be, okay, well, now we've made it a couple times. Can we make it to the final site? That was a big push. Is we've made it a couple times. Now can we make it to a final site? And obviously this year, being able to make it to a final site, it's showing the guys in the program and administration that we're pushing to make that next step to where this is where the program can be.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking a few minutes. It's nice. This is the first time I've got to interview you. We got to make sure we exchange contacts so we can get you on the show during the season as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, thank you. That's Frank Woodford. He's the head men's basketball coach, Benedictine Mesa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.